Could you tell me a little bit about the process of selling a business? So let's say I decide, I've got my store, it's doing, let's call it 6 million, 500K a month. I want to come to OpenStore and sell my business. Where do I start? What do I need to know? Who am I talking to? Am I talking to anybody on the phone? Do I meet with somebody in person? How does this work?
Do you want to take this one, Trent?
Sure. So the first thing you'll do is go to open.store. There you'll just fill out a couple quick pieces of information about your business. Basically, what is your website? What's your contact information? And that allows us to get started on the offer process. And so what you'll do is you will connect Shopify data, you'll connect ad account data, and that allows our automated pricing process to run in the background. Basically structure all that data, pull out, what's the margins, how much scalability left is there in the various ad platforms? How are those performing? How have those trended over time? How much do your customers like your brand? Are they coming back? And all that information is used by our pricing and diligence team to end up constructing an offer. And then the offers are presented back to the merchants, shortly thereafter. And our team will hop on a call and walk them through, all aspects that went into constructing that offer. I think for a lot of merchants, it's a good chance to educate them on some things about their business too. A lot of merchants haven't seen, all of that data stitched together in a cohesive way about their business before. Sometimes we, even discover things in their P&L that they didn't know. And we're able to then help them back in being even more effective at their business, at running their business. And for some businesses, they're not quite ready to sell, and that's fine. We want to maintain a relationship with them and be able to, help merchants who are building on Shopify and provide them with as much feedback and advice as we can, given we have a lot of expertise doing this.
And so once I submit, offer comes back in, I think it's like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then that's like, so let's say it's, I don't know, you're going to buy the business. How much would you imagine a $6 million your business would go for?
It really depends on margins. We look specifically at how much EBITDA do we think we would be generating running the business, and what does that growth look like in the next 12 months? We really want to be able to give offers to a wide variety of merchants, which means we see everything from hyper-growth companies that are going to command a much higher offer from us. And we see, slow growth or even stagnant companies too, that we want to be able to, offer liquidity for. And all that should be wrapped up along with the margin profile, the repeat behavior of the business, and, macro trends we see. And also, like, where do we think we're going to be able to lean into our strengths to operate the business? And all that comes together in an offer. And so there is a wide variance depending on, those certain aspects of the business.
Yeah, I think it's worth highlighting, like we said earlier, it's not just a simple EBITDA multiple that we're going for in terms of how we price a store. And so if the entrepreneur, is engaging with our team, our pricing team and our diligence team, we're very open to having a conversation about where you as the entrepreneur see the opportunities for that store as well. So if you're like, I've not really tried these channels, I've never really expanded my product range into these things, which I think my supplier has been asking me to do, and I just haven't had the time to do it, or I haven't got the capital to do it. If you feel like you probably underinvested in landing page optimization in the past, and really you're just more the creative ad person as an entrepreneur, and that's where you've won, but you really see so many opportunities elsewhere. Our team will be able to consider all of those factors in constructing, maybe another offer after that initial scan. And so that's why it's really an open conversation of us trying to understand the business, so that we can basically take into that, and answer the question of how well would OpenStore run this business given all of our advantages in capital, technology, and team size. And so that all of those things go into that process as well. And so it really is best to if you're considering, selling your business or exploring that as an option, just to get in touch with our team and just to talk with them. And they're very, very proactive in making sure that they have, explained every single step every single line of how they've thought about the business, and have that open dialogue with any entrepreneur out there.
And these are all non-binding, right? So somebody could submit, get an offer, and they're not committed to going through with it.
100%.
Yeah, it's funny, Nick. We've had some entrepreneurs come back 10 times and get 10 different offers over the course of multiple years, and you have used it almost as a health check on their business, on how are they doing? Is it going up over time? As you know, the e-commerce and Shopify space is very community driven. And so we want to, build these relationships early on with entrepreneurs and be able to give them, direct and opinionated feedback and advice that allows them to either be more successful running their business or, get a higher offer from OpenStore in the future if they're not quite ready today.